What up, y'all? It's me, Wall Street. And today I want to talk about one of the most, if not the most important player in the history of the Washington Wizards / Baltimore Bullets franchise, Mr. Wes Unseld. And a lot of you might be familiar with Wes Unseld Jr., who was formerly the head coach of the Washington Wizards, is no longer the head coach of the Washington Wizards, but Wes Unseld Sr. is a Hall of Fame basketball player, and he played the center position, 6'7", 245 pounds. He unfortunately passed away in June of 2020 at the age of 74. But he is one of the most important players in NBA history, in my opinion, because Wes Unseld is the MVP winner with the lowest points per game in his MVP season ever. So let me say that again. Wes Unseld won MVP in his rookie season, nonetheless, and only averaged, wait for it, 13.8 points per game, and still managed to come away with the MVP award. And yes, I know a lot of you are going to say, well, that was like in the caveman era. First off, that, because just because it was a long time ago doesn't mean that there were cavemen. And second, it was the 1968 to 1969 season. But the point is that regardless of the competition or who was on the court with him or what was going on in the world at the time, Wes Unseld won MVP because he was the most dedicated and most hardworking player on the court at all times. So in addition to his 13-point per game average, he averaged 18.2 rebounds and 2.6 assists in 36.2 minutes per game, shooting 47.6% from the field, 60% from the free throw line, and finished the season with nearly 1,500 total rebounds. He also did this while playing in all 82 games. So my point here is that Wes Unseld won MVP because he went after every board, every loose ball, did everything in his power to play great defense, knowing that the offense would come. He wasn't caring about stats. Back then, I don't think stats mattered nearly as much to players, except maybe Wilt Chamberlain, because, you know, he is the stat sheet psycho, as I like to call him. He's just all about scoring as many points as possible, which is awesome. Wilt Chamberlain's obviously also a very, very big piece of NBA history. But Wes Unseld winning MVP as a rookie and grabbing 18 rebounds a game and making it an effort to do everything in his power to win games is what makes him so special. And it shows you that you can be recognized for being an amazing player. You can be recognized as the best player in your group, organization, team, whatever, as long as you do everything in your power to win. So sometimes that doesn't necessarily mean scoring 50 points or getting, 20 assists. Sometimes it's about getting blocks and steals and rebounds and taking charges and doing other things that are super important, being vocal on the court, both on the defensive end and the offensive end. There's so many different things that you can do and so many different things that are important. And as long as you do those things, you might not get recognized right away, but eventually people are going to associate you with winning, which is what is going to make you a better player at the end of the day. Because what is the objective of basketball? It's to win. You want to win the game. So I would like to also add that Wes Unseld is the main reason why the Wizards have their single NBA championship, and hopefully we will have another one to join that championship eventually. But you know, we're getting there. We're certainly getting there. But Wes Unseld is extremely important, and for all of those people out there that play basketball and they're not necessarily scorers, but they're on a basketball team, you should take this as a notice and a message to take pride in your role on your team. Even if you're not a great scorer, you know, something that I love, which I've talked about plenty of times, when I play basketballs, I try to get as many rebounds as possible, because to me, that stat pops out the most. Seeing someone who has, you know, 15 rebounds a game, in my mind, is a lot more impressive than someone that scores 30 points per game. Both are very, very impressive and are both a measure of how good a certain player does at a certain thing on the court. But rebounding and getting steals and hustling and doing all those little things, that really shows me what kind of player you are, and you really just want to win and do everything you can to win. So you can do that too if you're averaging 30 points a game, but there's a lot more players that average 30 points a game that aren't as invested into winning. And, you know, I'm sure a lot of you can think of players off at the top of your head that kind of, you know, ring a bell with that statement. But Wes Unseld also has the fewest points per game by a finals MVP in NBA history. 9 points per game as a finals MVP. So if you're not a scorer, if you're not a good shooter, take pride in defending and doing the little things, grabbing boards, and just leaving your all out there on the court, because that is impressive. It's very impressive in its own right. And you should be proud and happy that you get to do certain things like that in the court and help your team in that way, because there's a lot of guys on your team probably that aren't going to put in that same level of effort. But they're not going to win as many games if you're not on the team. So that should be a powerful statement to all those types of players out there. So let me know what you guys think. Do you think there are other very, very important players in NBA history that signify the same message that Wes Unseld sends? Let me know. Leave some comments down below. As always, if you like the video, please give me a thumbs up to support the channel. If you're not already subscribed, please hit that subscribe button so I can keep coming with great content for you fine people. And if you didn't like the video, give me a thumbs down. Let me know how you really feel. You can tell me to go fuck myself if that's how you really feel. I'm open to hearing all opinions. So without further ado, catch you guys with the next one. Take it easy. Take care of yourself. Watch some hoops. Peace.